Your unique story, our global audience. Global One Media.
Welcome to Global One Media's exclusive one-on-one discussions with leaders of companies sharing insights into their unique journey and mission with you. I'm Ashley Berry. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, we're joined by Leonard Van Betuw, President and CEO of Avila Energy, an established producer, explorer, and developer of energy in Canada. They're listed on the Canadian Securities Exchange as VIK.CN, the OTCQB as PTRVF, and the Frankfurt Exchange as 6HG0. Leonard, thank you so much for being here today.
Hi, good morning. Thanks for the opportunity today.
Yes, absolutely. I know there's a lot going on with Avila Energy. You're currently advancing promising agreements with accredited investors involving private placements and convertible debenture units. Perhaps you could provide us with more details about these updates.
Well, as we want to get a broader opportunity to grow all parts of the business after long efforts with a number of parties, we feel comfortable that we'll be able to close something before the end of July that's material enough that we can not just move forward with the business from an organics point of view, but by the fourth quarter, launch our first installations of the EnerTwin and our vertically integrated business. So we're quite excited about that and maintain a good prospect towards getting our conventional business up towards by the end of the year with about 25% of that being oil production. So a number of things going on, and this is all very exciting for us because it gets us to where we can comfortably allow both businesses to grow and allow for the metrics of the two businesses to be comparable into 2024.
Fantastic. Yes, it's been a bit since we've spoken with you, so it sounds like you've been very busy prepping for this big news. How does Avila Energy, plan to utilize the fresh injection of capital to further the projects? I know you mentioned the end of July. Let's talk about, maybe 6 months down the road.
It's been a little bit frustrating. We have delayed our drilling programs to a certain degree, but now we're quite excited we can get on with the plan. We're also very excited with some of the new drilling and completion technologies that we've been able to analyze are being used in Western Canada, are very applicable to us in our area of operations. And as much as we're a little frustrated with the delays, it's also allowed us, we feel, to lower our costs substantially when we do get drilling. So sometimes patience has its virtues, and we'll carry on and take advantage of that.
Absolutely. And really appreciate the transparency there. And, delays, sometimes what comes out of a delay could be something hugely successful. We've seen it many times before. You've also reached an agreement with micro-turbine technology. Maybe you can elaborate on the impact of this agreement and explain its implications for the patents involved in this case.
Well, what happened there is, quite a transition from us integrating MTT's business into ours in terms of our relationship with them. And things got a little off track in terms of concerns that we had and concerns that they had with us. And as a result of that, we got clarified that all the patents are definitely in good order and that we didn't feel like that we had to be overly concerned about advancing more capital to the company so that we can complete our relationship, step one of our relationship, which was the investment of and earning a 15% equity interest in their business. And step two is having a free movement of the technology and our capacity to manufacture their product in 2024, 2025. So those things are all very important. And one of the most exciting things about that is that we're going to be able to put the product into the field and start taking on customers by the end of this year as a result of MTT building our first units in the Netherlands and shipping them to us in Canada. So this will allow us to get started actually sooner than later. So again, another one of those things where patience has been rewarding for us, and we can get on with the business and start show people the impact of these these significant events that have occurred in the last 3 months. Some of them certainly behind closed doors, and now we're very excited to be able to allow the public know what we're up to. It's
Yes,
a very big inflection point for us.
inflection point. Absolutely. It certainly sounds like a much more harmonious relationship moving forward. I'm curious, for those that may not be familiar with what it is exactly that you do when you say you're actually going to be able to start showing this, can you maybe explain that a little bit more in layman's terms, what you'll be showing, what, our audience, potential investors can expect specifically from Avila?
Well, the technology is, to say the least, is going to be quite dramatic to the consumer. And as a result of that, by getting the first installations into the field, being able to book those sales, being able to show the data related to what the before and after results are when those products are introduced into a consumer's home, and how they're going to be, being much more economic, being able to actually consume energy without any concern about a carbon footprint, or certainly much less of a concern about their carbon footprint. And, as we all speak to it, as I have done in my recent press releases here, the big infrastructure problem that even the auto sector is starting to really understand is going to be an impediment to them being able to sell EVs in North America at the rates that they want, which is infrastructure. This product and our services allow people to bring their car home, plug it in, and have a fully charged vehicle, lower their anxiety, go to work the next day, allow the kids to use the car that night, and still feel that it's fully charged and I can get to work the next morning. All these things are important, and we really see this as part of, the consumer being a consumer, without being bridled and having to make a number of economic and socioeconomic choices, as opposed to just living their life and embracing it and moving on. So that's our focus as a business, and we feel we can harness that need or desire that everybody has, and still have a social conscience doing it.
Fantastic. So really reducing stress, helping the environment, all amazing here. These implications, the recent developments that you've talked about, what do they have on current shareholders, and what would you have to say to those who might be considering investing in Avila Energy in the future?
Well, certainly the shareholders have really spoken to the market right now and are seeing that it's a little bit of a confusing time for them. And the reality is that, we plan on embracing all three legs of our business plan. Our business plan involves upstream conventional natural gas production, upstream oil production, even the evolution of a carbon capture and sequestration plan to shelter the emissions related to that upstream business, and then our downstream direct consumer sales with the EnerTwin. These things are all very important to shareholders, and what shareholders are going to start to realize is that the upstream business, their revenues and the impact of that is quickly going to be overshadowed by our direct-to-consumer sales downstream. And until we can show the examples of this, I know it is frustrating and almost alarming to some, but they're going to really start to feel quite excited by how we plan on moving forward as a business, regardless of the price of oil, regardless of the price of natural gas, and being able to drive a bottom line without having to be the hiccups and spurts and stops and starts of a conventional oil company.
Terrific. It sounds like it's only a matter of time, Leonard. Leonard Van Betuw, President and CEO of Avila Energy in Canada. Thank you so much for sharing these impressive insights and all of the big news, really. We certainly look forward to sharing more with our audience. Good luck to you, Leonard.
Thank you very much.